Hi everyone, lately I saw this utility Pokemon guide by Reddit user Kaslaps, where I got inspired to create my own. Today's video is going to be about a guide for the best Pokemon to start out with when catching Pokemon. This is usually around the time when you're starting out to finish your Pokedex. This guide isn't exactly going for the in-depth analysis of what's the most efficient way to catch Pokemon, it's more of a realistic approach, where you might not have all the resources at your disposal, but hey, we all need to start from somewhere. Beginning with ORAS is Breloom! I'm not really sure if I sound like Breloom, but it's one of the easiest Pokemon to obtain in ORAS. Similar to Kaslap's moveset, I added Flash as the third move because it's quite a useful move with Spore. Flash lowers the accuracy of the opponent's move, while with Spore's sleep status condition makes a great combination to avoid taking damage. Spore is a fantastic move typing-wise due to grass types are effective against anything. Plus the 100% accuracy is useful because you'll be able to land the sleep status condition throughout the battle. For optional moves, if you're enjoying the current moveset, I would go with Synthesis so you wouldn't need to use recovery items, but if that isn't available and you're only using XY, I would go with the other three. Stun Spore is helpful against Pokemon that have sleep countering abilities, Double Team is an old favorite to raise evasion to dodge moves, and Bulk Up is great for scenarios against physical attackers where you could stock up on attack and defense boosts to tank out the battle. Next is Bisharp in XY. On parallel to Breloom, it's one of the easiest Pokemon to obtain in XY. I forgot to mention this, but please do note that I made this guide XY and ORAS friendly as much as I could. Moveset is quite limited, but some moves do make up for what's lacking. Thunder Wave is a great paralyzing status condition move, False Swipe is an essential, Iron Defense is helpful for tanking against physical attackers, and for optional, Mean Look is a move that I find helpful against roaming legendaries or Pokemon that use Teleport, Roar, and or Whirlwind. To learn Mean Look in XY, you would need to go to the daycare and breed a male Sceptile that knows Mean Look with a female Pawniard, and in ORAS, you would need to breed a level 46 male Sceptile that knows Mean Look with a female Pawniard traded from GTS or Wonder Trade. Also, please do note that Sceptile is a version exclusive Pokemon to Alpha Sapphire only, so you would need to obtain it from the GTS if you're playing Omega Ruby. But if you don't need Mean Look, I recommend teaching Bisharp either Torment or Rest. Torment is great for stalling under specific scenarios with Thunder Wave, and Rest is helpful for tanking. If you do use Bisharp in XY, I would watch out for Zapdos or Zygarde because they're immune to Thunder Wave, so you might need to go for an alternative method such as inducing sleep. Next up is Farfetch'd. If Bisharp isn't working for you, I recommend Farfetch'd as the alternative Pokemon in XY. Move number 1, False Swipe is an essential. Now for the second move, if you're going for a dodging tactic, pick A. If you're going for offense, go with B. If you're going with a mixed evade offense, pick C. In my opinion, I would go with C. Sword Stance is crucial because of the low attack that Farfetch'd has, and that Sand Attack lowers the opponent's accuracy. The fourth move is Foresight. It's useful for landing normal type or fighting type moves on ghost type Pokemon. To pass that move down in XY or ORAS is that you'll need to breed a male Skitty that knows Foresight with a female Farfetch'd at the daycare, which sounds really weird considering that Skitty is a cat and Farfetch'd is a duck. But I don't really complain, it can't be helped. Unfortunately, what Farfetch'd lacks in is that it has no status condition affecting moves, so if you're battling powerful Pokemon, it might be more difficult for you to battle. Next up is Sceptile, so if Breloom didn't work for you, Sceptile would be the alternative Pokemon for ORAS. It's similar to Farfetch'd and Breloom's moveset, but it does not have a status condition affecting move unless you breed it for Grass Whistle. This is more tailored for people who chose Trico as the starter in ORAS. It's quite a convenient Pokemon to find through the GTS. One thing to note is that if you're playing in ORAS, Snover and Bulbasaur isn't available in the game, which means that you would need to use GTS. But on the bright side, you can Mega Evolve Sceptile to utilize its stat boosts. Almost rounding this up is one of the best picks. Glade is the closest Pokemon to being the jack of all trades when catching Pokemon. It can Mega Evolve, cause sleep or paralysis, use False Swipe, deny roaming / teleporting / whirring / whirlwinding Pokemon from fleeing, stack stat boosts, and spam evasion related moves. But what it lacks in is that it can't bypass typings such as Ghost type Pokemon, which means beforehand you would need to bring a Pokemon that knows either Foresight, Odor Sleuth, Soak, and or Forest's Curse when catching. Also, if in any case, if you run into problems with abilities of other Pokemon, I recommend finding a hidden ability true on Duranthanos entrainment. It makes a great combination with any Pokemon when catching. One of the best things of Glade is that it has variety in its move pool, which is great for setting up strategies because you can change the moves whenever you want since TMs are infinite for use. Overall, Glade is great for catching any type of Pokemon from legendaries to bypassing electric types and denying Pokemon from fleeing. Quite a remarkable choice. Very user game friendly for XY and ORAS. Moving on to the final one is Mew. This pick is more suited for people who have obtained the level 100 Mew from the North American February 2016 mystery gift event. Honestly, it isn't exactly realistic for a new game, which I apologize for. The reason why I chose this one is that if you need a quick and ready to go backup, Mew's got your back. It's one of my favorites. Mew makes a decent alternative for Glade. It has all the general basics that will help you catch Pokemon, though its downside is that block isn't available in XY, and that it can't bypass typing as well. If you have the level 100 Mew at your disposal, you're good to go. You don't really need to go through all the trouble of having to raise Pokemon. One other thing to mention is that while recording audio, I had one of those epiphanies. I swear, if someone in the comment section below says, "Hey, you better thank Mew," I'm going to lose it. Overall, I was thinking of creating a scoring system to help guide people find a catcher that works best for them, but I ran into errors that I made from not recommending certain moves such as Double Team for Bisharp plus Swords Dance for Bisharp and Sceptile. I didn't find them necessary for the movesets. Another thing is that the Pokemon shown can learn Confide, and I didn't add points for support moves such as Torment, Synthesis, Rest, and Roost. Another thing is that I'm missing version-friendly moves such as the Ghost Bypass move. Farfetch'd and Sneasel's evolution path are the only Pokemon that can learn both False Swipe and Foresight, where they're only available in XY. No other Pokemon can learn False Swipe with Odor Sleuth, Soak, and or Forest's Curse. I chose Farfetch'd over Sneasel due to it has better support moves. So if you do need a Pokemon that can learn Foresight if Farfetch'd isn't available, I recommend catching that Skitty because it can learn it at a very low level. I guess that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you learned something new, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. But if you already did, take care fam. Also, happy hunting!